Good morning, folks. Today I thought I would start a week vlog because I've got a few interesting things going on this week. It is Monday and it's 10:15 and it is a beautiful, beautiful day outside. We went for a little walk earlier and I'll show you where we went. It's a bit on the windy side, but we went down there and we had a lovely little walk. I slept a little bit too late this morning. It was really windy last night, so I had to wear earplugs, which meant that I didn't wake up at my usual time, and I didn't hear Lyra in the morning either. Next in the glamorous life of Holly Dunn, I've got to vacuum out the back of the car. So I probably won't film that because that's not interesting to anybody, least of all me. But yeah, I will check in later. This morning I have been, well, for a couple of hours this morning at least, I've been in here and working on some design stuff, sending some emails, doing the admin, but what I've been working on is putting the finishing touches on one of the sets of Christmas cards that I'm going to have available this year. And I know it is very early in the year to be thinking about Christmas. This is going to be another Christmas card, and I'm doing a series of these that are based on patterns like this. So I've got a holly one, which is a smaller pattern, and then Christmas lilies, and I'm working on some mistletoe. I've got 2 more to do as well because I want it to be a set of 5. And this is the other one that I've put together, a musical number. You want to sit here nicely and be cute? Yeah, have you been digging in the garden? Have you? You'd be getting us in trouble. Oh, you're so cute. You know that, Lyra? It's just as well, because you're such trouble. Snip, snip. Hey. This is where we get our milk, and we figured that this is probably the most ethical way of getting milk without going vegan and making your own nut milks, which here would be very, very expensive because nuts are very expensive. It's a dispenser and we have our glass bottles, so it's plastic free, and it's very local because we just live along the road. So I've come here, taken Lyra out for a little walk, and then come and got a week's worth of milk. So this will probably be me signing off for today, and I will see you tomorrow. It is just before 9 in the morning. I don't imagine I'll be doing much vlogging today just because I'm mostly doing editing on some writing that I've been doing and making some corrections, and so I probably won't be, it won't be anything particularly exciting. So I'm doing freelance stuff for a local client. But yeah, Lyra, what are you eating? I better go and stop Lyra from eating something she shouldn't. Hi folks, it is Wednesday and I am at in a dark room. As you can probably see, I am making some screens up so that I can do some screen printing. So I will show you some of that process. What I'm doing at the moment is in the dark, sort of. Oh, you can't see it at all. Basically, I'm lining up one of these transparencies on a screen, which is here, which you can't see. I'm really sorry. You'll see it in a minute when I turn the UV light on. This is one that I did just before that I'm working on. I'm just cleaning it off and you'll see what happens. It's Thursday morning and we're back at the beach for a morning walk. This morning it is quite cold, hence the hat and the scarf. But today the plan is to get some more of my freelance stuff done, as well as getting my catalogue put together, and I can show you some of the products that I've made. In the meantime, we're here at the lovely beach where it's cold but sunny and lovely, and I think it'll be a really nice day today. High five! Yeah, good girl! There we go. A really big box just arrived, and it is full of tote bags for me to screen print. What do you reckon, Lyra? She's very interested in the box, aren't you, Puppet? It's got straps inside. They're quite nice, good quality canvas bags, and they're just plain, so I'll have to give them an iron and then screen print onto there, which I won't be doing this week, I wouldn't think, but I might do next week. I decided to take a break from working because everything was just kind of not working and I just needed a breather and to do something different. So I'm going to cook tonight's dinner now. I was doing that and then this arrived. It's another box. So exciting. This one is screen printing supplies, which means that I will now have everything that I need. This is for moving the paint across the screen. There is crimson paint, which is for the Alice in Wonderland design, a turquoise, and that is for Little Mermaid. This is something a bit more sea coloured, and then I've got black already, which I'm going to use for Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, so those are the three that I'm doing as tote bags at the moment.
I'm literally getting chills talking about this, and here's what it is. Even if you don't like Harry Potter, even if you didn't really even understand what I just said to you, here's what I want you to take away and think about today, and I hope that it encourages you, and we'll go into a little bit more detail here in a second.
Hi folks, it's just after 7 in the evening and I'm up in my studio. Just gonna do some of my own work this evening, but I thought before I get on with that, I will show you what I have had made up. So this here is the Alice in Wonderland pack, and you can see on the back it shows you what's inside. There are 5 cards. So the 2 Alice covers, the Alice bookplate, and then 2 patterns in different colourways. Just a simple one, and then the one with the gold and the black, and then envelopes as well. So at the moment I am trying to figure out whether or not this is going to be viable to do for wholesale. I will have these on my website. It's just a question of whether I can get the pricing right for them, because there's only so much that people will spend on a set of cards like this. So yeah, that's a work in progress, but this is just a first prototype, and yeah, I'll see if it's worth it, and also if it's worth it for me to make up these envelopes as well, because I do this all by hand. The gluing on of this envelope bit here, which is a bit fiddly, but I'm sure I'd get faster at it. It does need a little bit of tweaking still on the envelope itself, but apart from that, I'm really pleased with it. The other things that I've had printed are these book covers, which are still just the covers, not the inner pages, but I've mocked them up, so I should be getting some proofs of those tomorrow to see if that all works. And I've changed the design of the way, where this is, and added a barcode and things, so they're looking a bit more professional now. And oh yeah, the cards, so I'll just show you, that's what one of the cards looks like. But they'll all look fairly similar in terms of layout. Yeah, just so that book texture going right the way around. The bookmarks look like that with a different design on the back. So I've got a few different designs of those. Yeah, the Sherlock Holmes one, I've gone for a blue in that one. It's got that at the back. And I think the notebook for Sherlock Holmes will be blue as well. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. The other ones that are a bit different, the postcard of the Jungle Book is different to the greetings card, and that's partly because I had lots of green postcards, so I wanted to add in a little bit of blue to this one to give it a point of difference, because otherwise there was just too much of the green. But that wasn't the case so much with the greetings card, so I thought we'll stick with the more traditional green, and it's quite nice to have the two different colours, I think. The final postcards will not have the rounded corners because I had to do this by hand, and as beautiful as it looks, it's just way too much of a faff. It takes ages, and considering that I'm probably going to sell these in packs of 15, it's quite a lot to go through as well, and doing wholesale too. So yeah, won't be doing that, but the bookmarks will have rounded corners because I just think they look far too nice to not do it, and it just rounds it off nicely. Back of the postcard looks like this, more or less. It's going to be slightly different, but not dramatically. I've just changed the typeface that I've used. Very happy with how they are looking. I'm really pleased with the cardstock that I'm using. Got, you know, it's not too bendy. It's quite a heavy cardstock for a postcard, really. Those are the things. I will probably have some new things, so proper mock-ups of the notebooks with lined paper inside. So I'll be able to show you that tomorrow, I hope, all things going well. Yeah, so I'll wrap it up for today and check back in on Friday. I don't want to brag, but this is the view from my studio at the moment. It's pretty good. We'll call this segment, What Does Lyra Think? I don't think she cares. I don't know if you can see over that side, but the mountains are covered in snow because it's jolly cold. But in the winter here, we get the most incredible sunset, so there's not too much to complain about. So I've just finished up for the day because this evening I'm going to see Solo, the new Han Solo film, hence the BB-8 earrings, because I have to have something Star Wars on. Yeah, so very excited about that. Going to meet a friend for dinner and yeah, go to the cinema. So I probably won't film any of that. I've got these notebooks made up and I don't have time to show you them now. So I will show you them tomorrow. They look great. I'm really chuffed with them. So yeah, I will love you and leave you for now, but see you later. These are the notebooks, and they're notebooks proper with inside pages. So I'm very excited about these. They need a couple of things tweaking before the final ones go out, but I'm so chuffed with them. A bit of dog hair on that one. So these are, yeah, the initial proofs, but as you can see, they have spines with my little logo down the bottom there. And so the covers are pretty self-explanatory, but inside there's a book plate which needs to be squidged over a little bit. It's not quite in the right place, but there's a French flap. Well, there's one at the back as well. And I guess these are faux end papers because they're not really end papers exactly, but it's just printing on the inside of there, but it's like an end paper design. So I'm pretty chuffed with that. And then the inner pages look like this. So they've got lined paper and a little motif at the top, and yeah, the back is also end papered. So I'll show you the other ones quickly. As the Sherlock Holmes one has a book plate that looks like that, and end papers like Alice. She's got a book plate that I've shared on Instagram, and funky end papers. Snow White, again book plate. Again, dog hair, get rid of that. And this pattern on the inside. So yeah, I am very chuffed with how they've turned out. And I like how they look as a set, like that as well. Although I'm thinking that maybe one of them should not be blue. So I might change Sherlock Holmes to that brown colour. But this is just the first set. They'll be sold individually. But I do have a plan to make another 4 or 5 of these as well. But I thought, start out with these, see if I run across any problems. All very exciting. That is the end of this week's vlog. It's been actually quite a stressful week, which you won't have seen so much in this video because I haven't filmed the stressful stuff, but I'm quite glad that this week is over. I can start afresh next week. But anyway, pretty happy with how these things are going, and if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing with them and when things are going to be released, Instagram is a good place, and also my email newsletter, which I always forget to talk about, but I have one and it's linked down below if you would like to sign up. You will be the first to know about when these are going to be released, along with the greetings cards and postcards and the rest of it. And also I do discount codes occasionally on there too. I probably will be doing one for the release of these. So sign up there if you want to get a bit of a discount on these. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.